any form of disrespect. Yeah, him not read it. Cut it out. I'll wait for him to join again. Yes, Father Keith. So you went to Portmore.
Yeah, man. We went to Portmore at this particular dance with Jaro, man, and that more convinced me that we needed to take a break. Jaro and BS Odyssey needed to take a break from accepting dates and cool off the vibe, you know, because the vibe was getting very hostile, very aggressive. People wanted to kill people over it, you know. And that particular night, I think guns were almost drawn in at that event there, right?
Yes.
And I decided that I would no longer be taking it, not for a while anyway. But you know, so the thing moved from there, and that was for a long while after that before we started to accept bookings again. When we thought that it was safe, we started to accept bookings with Jaro. But all of it started with that same dance in St. Elizabeth, that so many people got hurt in that dance, you know, including myself. A lot of gunshots, people just run into each other. I think people just run and lick down the wall to get out of there because the event was so packed. And you know, and it was an unfortunate event, you know, just
Yes,
unfortunate
sir.
that came out of clashing, but one of
Yeah.
the bad of clashing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So you know, Father Keith, the sound is now split, and you know, dates are being taken all over the world by different bass odysseys, let's say.
You see, I have always been the sole owner of BS Odyssey. You know? I have always been the sole owner of BS Odyssey, right?
Yes.
And as I said, what happened is some unfortunate incidents, but I have always been and still is, right? The equipments, everything, I bought those equipments, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
You had studio arrows all over the place. You ask all of the DJs them, who them ever seen
Yeah.
us, right? As a matter of fact, them used to mount one of the times, some used to come in with me, attach a case full of cassettes when me I go cut. So you don't button about that, you know?
Right.
And still remain that way. And until the day I die, I think I'm not think I'm gonna be the owner of BS Odyssey. Anybody
Yes,
else
sir.
taking dates with BS Odyssey all over the world, I'm not aware of it, you know, so
Yeah.
I won't speak. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You, was there any opportunity, like, did you set the sound as anyone to be a lead MC, a lead mixer? I know you knew the combination of Squingy and Mark worked very well. Did you attempt to try and change anything in the format of, you know, another MC going out to be ahead of the game or trying to fly into foreign? How did you pick and choose where everybody went?
Well, with once you're in it and you're on the ground with the team, you know, and of course you get promoters who request their selectors who they want. Even to this date, a lot of people, you know, when they are booking BS Odyssey, a lot of them would request Damien, you know, a top selector now. But
Yeah.
so promoters play a great part in who goes where, right? Those days of as I said, when Glamour G and Screen G and let me not forget Skinny, because everybody played a role, you know, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Um, as I said, when after all of that scenario and with the break apart and all of that, I remember an unfortunate incident that happened, right? In that Glamour G and Lenny, I think, right? They took a booking in Fort Lauderdale, right? There was a club of 441 that they took a booking at, right? And my good friends, you know, you have friends all over. They called me to say, then Father Wally, you'll be a Odyssey and come on Friday, you know, make we know. So I say, yes, this is not coming to Florida. They say, yes, man, see flyer and, you know, I don't remember if those times he had emails, but the
Yes.
man was standing beside the, because remember, you know, I'm not a Instagram man or I'm not a social media person, you know. I have to
Yes,
use
sir.
somebody else's phone even to do this interview because I
Yes,
will not be focusing on the social media aspect of it because I think
yes, sir.
it's distracting. Well,
Yes,
but
sir.
as I said, so they said, no man, we have the flyer here. So I went on the phone and I called Glamour G and Lenny and asked them what was happening. And they reluctantly told me about the date. And I said, well, anyone no go at the night that, you know. I remember telling them that. And I was the one who was got their visa. So we could not tell them, say, well, anyone no go, no in a trouble. So they did not go. They did not go that time. But what they did, they tricked me. All right. The next time now they make the people of Florida the same guy them have 441. I can't remember that club there, but it's nearby to the hospital on 441 there. Right. Um, they booked the sound again, right? But this time they didn't wait till the Friday for fly them up. Right? They fly them up, I think they were there from about the Monday. So when I heard of the event, that time them they already, you know. And I remember in one certain terms telling them say, boy, that's it, you know. You know, when I go and do nothing and me don't mind. And I think that was where we and Glamour G and Lenny severed relationships, you know. And I think them went back and do them complex thing for a while. I don't know what happened after that. I think they migrated and did their own thing. But that was what happened there, so. It was on their leaving, right? Then that I remember speaking to Squingy about getting Mark, you know, because at the
Yes.
time Mark was playing at the nightclub in Brownstown. And they were, as I said, doing very well with the Teen Jam thing. So Squinch was reluctant. He was reluctant. But I said, but you don't do so well down there, you know, but I love to bring that vibe upon the sound.
Yes.
And came on the sound was Bass Odyssey. It was
Okay.
after the exit Clemente and Lenny. So Mark
Yes.
came back in the fold. And since then he was there up to maybe a couple of years down the road. And as I said, I think we had a good rapport. And unfortunately, you know, nothing lasts forever. He had
Yes.
his other plans and he went his different ways. But you know, that's some of the things in life. All right.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Is there the rumor what was heard was before was
Yeah.
that was that Squingy wasn't as dominant and wanted to do the clash when he first came around the sound. Is that
Now,
true?
no man, Squingy was always the man who 90% of promoters wanted. No matter what everybody, Squingy was like, I remember Squingy coming back to Jamaica this weekend and leaving the following week. Squingy was the man, right? The most requested selector ever on Bass Odyssey was Squingy, right? And as I said, some people look at it and say, I'm a coward. The thing that a lot of people, you know, kind of get confused is that you have some people who hype and chat enough, and then you have some people who are more reserved. But once they get into action, you can't hold them, right? And Squingy would go to a lot of dances, and he would allow Skinny to work first. That sometimes me animal vex. I remember a clash in Montego Bay where everybody want to hear Squingy, and Squingy make Skinny start the thing. I mean, I say,
Hmm.
Squingy, are you the people want to hear, right? And he give the mic and say, Wally, make Skinny start, man. And Skinny did his best, but he just people wanted to hear Squingy, you know. And as I said, he had to warm up, you know. But there were other events like Squingy won so many clashes all over this world that I don't know if any other selectors won any clashes as much as Squingy has. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
when he's in his thing, you just nobody compete with him. The vibe and everything and his talk, them it was just you couldn't match it, you know.
Yes.
And I think he has killed more sounds than any other selector. That maybe now that he has died so long, some selectors might be catching up. But in his time, nobody would have really matched Quincy. No man.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, when when the split happened, did you end up getting back those dubs, those music? Did you end up getting them back?
You see, as I said, what happened even with those dub plates, is that I was the one who would tape the dub plates. I would leave cassettes sometimes when I leave in, when I leave Kingston, I would leave the tapes with the songs. I leave them, and
Yes.
so it came. But all of the dub plates were based here. And one positive that the coronavirus has given to us is that we have now gone into the archives where we have taken out, I don't even know, a couple thousand updates, right? And
Yes.
the days now, Damien, myself, and some of the crew, really quite a bit of us, we've been going through those dub plates. And because, when you make a transfer from dub plates to CD or to laptop, there are a lot of songs that got left along the way, right? A
Yes.
lot of songs that we just weren't, for one reason or the other, just weren't recorded. Maybe the person who was recording it didn't feel necessary to record those. But we have, since this virus thing now and re-recording, we actually find about over 300 plates right now that we didn't have on the sound that we have now added to the collection. So
Wow.
the next time you come out, you can hear some tiger, some more cabra, some more hammermouth, some more, you name it. We have them,
Yeah.
So we have found a lot. The thing is, we had.
Froze again. Froze again. See, and it wasn't the comments this time because I blocked them off. All right. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. There you are.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there
So
you are.
we used to duplicate, right? So
Yes.
about 3 sets of tunes or 4 sets. We had the sets that played on the sound system itself, and then we had a 2 sets of tour tunes, right? Now,
Yes.
so Bonnie he had a set of 4 tunes that, um, if I can remember correctly, Glamour G and Lenny were going somewhere, and the boxes, they did not take those boxes, right?
Yeah.
And Maji claimed that he took them to his house, and it was unfortunate, but he had those dub plates, but I have the same dub plates, right? Even one of the dub plates that we didn't know we had, we run into it the other day, right? So we
Yeah.
had the dub, but the fact of the matter is, some songs, some 1 and 2 songs may have slipped through the cracks somewhere along the line,
Yes.
but we have everything that Base Odyssey wants is right here.
Right.
Mhm.
Father Keith, the only I think, well, let me ask you, if there was a weakness to Base Odyssey that is very difficult, what would that be?
I don't see myself have any weakness, because you have to, you have to organize your thing and plan strategically, I would say. We recognized from early out that clashing was going to be, it's a phone battery I got there, I don't know. We recognized from early out that clashing was not going to be something that we could depend on, right? Because clashing is a thing that, in my summary of a clash, or I summarize a clash, is that you spend, let us say, $1,000 preparing for a clash, and you only make back 500.
Yeah.
If you're trying to say that business wise, or you're approaching it as a business, it is not something that one would say is financially viable, because you always spend more preparing for your clash than you can ever ask a promoter or charge a promoter. The thing is, you down the road, or you maybe you get some bragging rights or something like that. But so we recognize that clashing alone could not do. So what we did was we emphasized a lot into the juggling field, right? And we spent a lot of time perfecting the juggling things. And you name the best juggling selector out there now and put him with a Base Odyssey, and him going to find it hard to stand up with us. And you name the best clash sound out there right now, and we can kill that. So I don't see where we have any weaknesses as far as sound system is concerned. The other day we played at a wedding reception, and we played some of all the highlights and dub, you know. So we basically prepared for everything. And if somebody should ask us to go into church, the only thing is we really don't think that they mix together. But I think we could do it and go in and play some gospel tune for the whole Sunday, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that we have learned to become what you call invincible. And
Yes.
I don't want to leave and not big up the current crew, you know, because
Yes, of course.
Damien came along with when Mark was on the sound for a while. I think Mark was the one who first told me about Damien. Damien used to play a little sound named Lone Star. Lexi came along. Lexi used to play. My son used to have a little Odyssey. Lexi used to play that, and he came over because we no longer have a little Odyssey. Vilmore came along after that. He used to play on Echo Stone as well, and came on to the sound. We have another selector now, Price Young, but doing very well. And he toured Canada a few times. I think the last couple of times we played in Canada, he and Damien was up there. Harry D has been with us for a long while. He used to play exclusive sound, and you know, exclusive played with Bass Odyssey, and after hearing Bass Odyssey and how we played, he came back from the dance with us. He just said, no, sir, this is what I want to be with. And we have another youngster who was shooter. I think he migrated. One of my grandson now, who is Romario, he plays as well. And Stennett was our newest selector, who has been to England and been doing very well. I just hope I'm not forgetting anybody.
You know what, Father Keith?
With this addition to the family, Spready Glory, who is, you know, very versatile as well.
Okay.
So, and then we have Bishan, who plays. We have a very competent and full crew that are very confident in that we can do just about any and everything. Country Spring, big up yourself. We know you're somewhere over there. You know, you're not here with us, but you're here with us. You still play. And my son Keith, who I think has made a lot of strides in the music thing. He currently lives in the US. He's an American citizen, but he's on top of the thing. And you know, the team is very, very good. We have, what would I call them, excellent replacement killers.
Yes. You know, Father Keith, when we talk about Bass Odyssey, I think there's a small part that a lot of us forget about Charlie Black.
Charlie Black. How could I forget Charlie Black?
Yeah.
My brethren from, I know, one of the biggest artists in the world, but I tell you, forgive me. Anybody you don't call them name, feel free to ask me or remind me. But Charlie, I can remember sitting in my office down there one night. I was up fairly late. I don't remember what I was doing. And Charlie and another selector, they just came in and said why they wanted to speak to me. And of course, Charlie said he wanted to, you know, was asking if I could take him on the sound as a selector. And knowing Charlie Black, as we had played against him before, and he did very well against us. He used to play another sound from Clarendon, and he did very well against us. So I immediately said, yeah, man, you're good, man. And he used to work with us, and I think he did very, very well. And until he started to become a musician, which we supported him all along the way. And to this day, Charlie is one of my best friends, and you know, I would almost call it like my son, right?
Yes.
And so Charlie did, and every selector, Skinny, he did very well. How could I forget Worm? Jeez and peace.
The great Worm.
Worm, one of my hardcore selectors that I think him win the last 2 or 3 clashes in England. Worm basically took them home by himself, and other clashes. But, you know, Worm is a kind of quiet, well-reserved guy.
Yes.
What kind of problem? The only thing we have with Worm is some of the times, or most of the times when Worm goes on tour, the promoter, Worm hardly speaks. So when he goes to the promoters, we say, I know you use the mic. And Worm, we always say, yeah, man, I mean, I'm just nodding head. But you see, once he puts that mic to his, you know, in his hand, is a different man, is a completely different man in the dance hall. Him just, you know, it. So Worm is presently, I would say, the only selector on Bass Odyssey. He was there. And you know, Worm came from a sound named Conquering Lion, Rastaman sound.
Yeah,
Yeah, man,
right.
because we played against Conquering Lion in Sparlings, and it was from there. It was from there that he got his, you know, 'cause Worm did very well against us. The selectors who we
Yeah,
play with that do against us, and some of them want to come across and say, boy, you know, them love how the sound, though, them love the family. And we welcome in with open arms.
yeah,
And we knew our recruits to Fire Blanche, and I was telling about Spready Glory, who was solo, but he is a very good addition to the team, you know.
yes, yes. Is there a sound that you looked and said, Jano, this is, if there's anything close to Bass Odyssey, are there anything that could give Bass Odyssey a trouble? Is there a sounder selector that you and Squingy or Mark talked about, or you saw for yourself to say, wow, hold on there. This we have to prepare for them, man. Them man, you're wicked.
Yeah, man, lots of sounds, because there are sounds, you know, man, that them plan for you, you know. Them plan for you. We have been into events where sounds just want ambush we, and up to recently, you have sounds who try to ambush you. But we have such a large catalog and such ammunition that we always keep ourselves current. So when a sound come and him feels say, why him cut half dozen new tune and him start run up him mouth, we just run out the half dozen artists tune them out there. I run out all of them, and them have nowhere to go. You know, because we
Yeah,
have to keep ourselves current. But there are sound systems out there who we have had to plan for. I won't start calling names, but there are sound
okay.
systems there who got a lot of personalized tunes, and I think that is what is even making the clash thing so difficult, because the volume of personalized tunes now, you find people who you have to be cutting a lot of that too. So, and then those tunes are only good for one night. You know,
Right.
back in the
Yeah.
days when we used to clash the Black Cat and the Super D's and all of them things, the songs were songs where you could have play and play and play again. You know, nowadays, a man, him sit down, him listen to your song, and him make a counteraction, him make a personalized tune to kill your tune, and you have to be spending more money to re-counteract that. And that reminds me of what we and Cartel had, because, you know, the riff with we and Cartel. Because
Yeah.
at one
Yeah.
point we did play Vibes Cartel songs for a long while, right? Because he gave Trooper a song, gave us the counteraction for the song, and then when we played the song in the World Clash, him re-counteract the counteraction and give we again to Trooper. You know, so it makes the clash thing a little more complicated with all of these personalized songs that are going around. And if you find, so now what is happening is that if you don't have a ton load of money, you really can't clash, because it's personalized tunes that is just good for one night.
Yeah.
And it just makes it so much difficult, you know. But because you love the fans and you appreciate the fans, we still take clash dates. This year we were supposed to be in New York for the Sound for Dead. We had taken the Sumfest clash in Montego Bay, Sumfest, and of course all of that the virus come in, and maybe what
Yeah.
I'm here sitting with you right now is because of this virus, because we don't much have we have not much more to do more than link up each other on these social media platforms. But feel free to answer the question you want, man. I mean, you know, as long as I can remember, I will answer whatever
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Squingy, man. Squingy, he pretty much changed the game for a lot of us. Um, but I remember I'm trying to go back to the 2002 World Clash, where I thought you guys rolled over everybody, but lost to Rebel Tone in the tune for tune. And I'm wondering what was the mind frame of were you there first of all, and what was the mind frame of them going in tune for tune, playing some different dubs, some different things that I guess I don't know if the people were really used to or accepted from Bass Odyssey.
Now, what happened there, Wiz and everyone listening, is that what happens in 'cause we won every round. We won every round except for that last round with Rebel Tone. Right? And sometimes you say things happen for a reason. You know, you have to just find the positives out of all of the negatives. But we had cut some other one for one songs, right? Because I said we're always preparing. So Mark and we had decided, I think that was the time we cut Baltimore with the Tamlins, and we cut some other one-for-one songs that we thought would have gone over well, right?
Right.
And we played a few of them, and the crowd just stand up on them like they never know them, you know. Wells Rebel Tone just stick to playing the regular songs that everybody know, and that is where he got around us, because we were experimenting with some what we call big songs in them era there. If you know Baltimore, if you know other songs that we cut because we wanted to give the people. We didn't want to come back and play the same one-for-one songs at that time. But then you realize, you know, you realize that people want to hear what them hear already. You know, I'm able to play what the people wanted to hear. No, and them something there. And one day went with pretty much nothing. But I mean, we're not this tone, but since then we have not really heard much about them. You know, I don't think they have retired, but you know, the market is still there for them, still there for us, and anytime we are still here. One is just one of them things that didn't go your way on the night, you know, and we have to just accept it. And we kept our team together, and we rebuilt, and we move on, you know.
And we move on, now Mark is not with the sound anymore. He's actually building his own sound. But you have such history, such a dominant selector, one of the best in the world. Why did he just choose to do his own thing and build his own thing? Why not, you know, a Bass Odyssey movement continue?
Well, like anything else in life, with people, after a while they you know, you start thinking, because let's be frank. Everybody wants to own their own thing somewhere along the line, you know. I remember when Mark told me that he was going to build a round robin sound. It was supposed to be a little, what do you call it? Just a round robin, a powered sound. That's what he told me, right?
Okay.
And I was getting someone, you know, reports back on when Mark toured and all of that, some little incidents that happened. And I remember when he was leaving the last time, I even went to him and said, I made another offer to him, because I was hearing things, and I made another offer to him, right, to step up whatever there was before. But that time he was in the middle of doing his own thing. And when he came back, the disappointing thing though, and the thing that I think but the thing that I really didn't like was that I think he didn't leave just by himself, but he tried to influence maybe another selector or two to come with him. And that's the part that really did jerk me off, because there's nothing wrong with you going out and doing your own thing, you know, but go out and do your own thing and find your own team, you know. And that didn't go over too well with me. And unfortunately, you know, we don't eye to eye right now. But as I said, up to those times, I think we had a good rapport. And he ahead, did his own thing. And he will even tell you, when he started, I sold him some of my speakers, you know. I was waiting to
I didn't know. No, I didn't.
And I sold him some of my speakers, and I'm saying this publicly, I don't know him, right? So I didn't have anything against him, but I didn't like a few moves. I didn't like a few comments that he made, because I don't think that they were really necessary. And some of my selectors took it even more personal than I did. And they were the ones who influenced me to say, watch out, you know, makes sense to take dates with Mark, because somehow or the other, they see a confrontation, a major confrontation coming, right? And that is why I stepped in and I said, we're not going to take no date, because everybody are trying to prove, you know, if we're going to clash and them guys win, there are some comments for them not like. If them lose, worse are comments. And it just didn't need to get there, so. It didn't need to get there, so.
I understand.
So you want to move on, you move on, and we have a good, you know, you just say, boy, I'm going to do my thing, and you go there and you find your own team. And as I said, I had no hard feelings. And if I had, I would have sold it, but I sold it, you know.
Understood.
It escalated to a point where I had to step picking the bookings.
Yes. You know, do you remember a dance or a clash that you had to, let's just say you overspent, you had to really spend Was it any of the world clashes? Was it, or is it the UK's? Where was it that you had to like really spend?
Why we have to laugh, because there's not a clash where you are a world clash where you can think of where you don't spend your last dollar. Sometimes you come from a
Yeah,
studio, you got a glass of water, man. Man, you spend. I can remember in my day, I cut tunes, drop asleep on the floor, the motor arrows on the carpet, a run off tune because selectors nowadays don't know what it's like in those days. Them days you had to tune up the dub plate, tune it, and you had to be there. If the dub plate is 3 minutes, it's 3 minutes. It's not like now you just put a thing in your laptop, 2 minutes, everything run off. Every song
yeah,
had to play in its entirety. So if you cut 100 songs to the clash, you have to find time now to go back at the studio and the 100 song have to play for every song have to play the 3 minutes, right? So sometimes studio man a morning. So I really wouldn't say that I would have overspent because you always go into a clash trying to put together songs that we want. Some artists, yes, really charge and things, especially if they know see a clash, they might go overboard. And one of the things that I didn't like that was creeping into the business is that you have some songs who actually pay artists not to give you the song. No, I can't see through them kind of thinking there. You don't pay a man not to give a man the song. You try and write your own song that a man can't, you go there with your own lyrics that a man can't duplicate it. But you don't say, boy,
yes,
me, you're not for the bass or this or that. And you have songs who do that. But
yeah,
as far as spending is concerned, as I said, you put aside it and you put aside some songs, and sometimes even when you believe you have everything, you still find say, boy, a man come out with another song where you want. But it is always big spending with, and
yeah,
that passion is more for bragging rights. You spend more than you can ever charge a promoter for. So it's not
yeah,
if
yeah.
in or you have a sustainable business. If you don't have it as a hobby, because some people have some business and it's like a hobby. Them take money from other business and dump in other something, right? No, I don't believe in that. I believe the sound should somehow be able to sustain itself. It's a business, you know.
Right. So, all right, now this is when it gets serious. I have to ask because it was said in an interview that Bass Odyssey, if you charged $10,000 for a night, then you are only giving the selector $150. Now, I don't want to get deep into your business, but true, you don't have to tell me what you're paying. That's none of my business. But true or false?
Well, I would rather you, but that's false, definitely false, right? Eh, selectors who selectors who work on bass Odyssey sound system that tours, they will tell you that they get a commission. They get a commission of what I charge. So it's a percentage, right? What I charge. And we agree with the percentage before they even set foot on the plane. Right? So I don't know
Yes.
how that $150 would come in. You have people who may want to say things because of maybe the 150 is a percentage of what we got. You know? So I can't tell you so that, maybe we have never paid out 150. Sometimes you go to a dance. I have been to a dance already that I can't even find the promoter when the dance done. You know,
Yeah.
can't even find the promoter and don't get a dollar. So maybe
Yeah.
you have to find them. But once the agreement holds true and the and I tell my selectors what I charge. Before they leave, they know how much they're getting paid before they leave Jamaica. Right? So that in no way cannot be, and
Okay.
I could expand more on that, but as I said, there are situations and there are circumstances, but basically they work off our commission.
Okay. All right. I won't ask you much more. I won't keep you much longer. I just want, can you bring me back, or do you remember a Bass Odyssey Stone Love where it kind of got, out of hand?
Well, me and Father Paul are good friends, though, and I think for the first 7 or more years, uh,
Yeah.
Stone Love refused to take date to Bass Odyssey. And I think it was all because of an event, another dance in the earlier days with Tina and myself that um, the word Stone Love thought that we were the ones spreading rumors, so we killed them, right? But we didn't do that. You know, maybe selectors, because selectors are a hype set of people, you know, man. Sometimes you listen to some selectors talk, you wonder if it's a different world you live in, have to wait them living in, you know. Right? You hear some man talk something that said, no man, I know this is a world of them, you know. Them in a world where them
Yeah.
create for themselves, you know.
Yeah.
So selectors will go out there and they want to hype for themselves and they say, oh boy, we kill that and we kill that and we kill that. But and I think the word got to Stone Love and they took it away personal. And so they decided that they're not playing with us. I can remember one particular dance in St. Mary near Port Maria that Weepo and myself actually almost traded blows, you know, because I was playing Bass
Yeah.
Odyssey and he was playing Stone Love. And I remember when what was it now? Stone Love was playing. And you know Stone Love always play over in time. Yeah, I do remember that. So Stone Love play I'm not play an hour and a half or 1 and 15 minutes. And I was playing Bass Odyssey. I remember holding down the lick shot because he was going like 1 hour and a half now, you know, right? I mean, I hold down the lick shot, do. I tell Stone Love, say, come on, man, no play pass no time. And suddenly, me and Weepo put on the mic and say, yo, you see, if you ever lick that lick shot there one more time, no, me was a serious young boy too. So me not one more time. He hold it down forever. And the next thing you know, his power move from round a film sound. A man of your hold back power and a hold back and that is where it really the serious split with Stone Love started because Power saw them not take more date to do it. And you know how we started taking back dates though? It was when Byron Lee coming with him carnival thing, you know. So he would have dance hall one night and that one night. And remember the people who organize it call me and say, boy, they want Bass Odyssey, Stone Love and Metro Media to play a New Kingston cinema too. So I said to the man, say, but Stone Love not take no date with me. Over years now, Stone Love don't take no date with me, you know. And the man said to me, say, watch out, I want you to know, say, a weep or give me the number to call you, you know. And that was the first time after so much years when Stone Love and Metro Media played in a cinema too. Dancing Flag still, you know, because it was more a soca thing. But we started here, and since that we have been going good. There have been some incidents where some little dissing gone, but you know, overall, I think me and Weepo have a good rapport. Is a man with me and him reason, and the selectors and Bass Odyssey, and we have a nice good thing now. We appreciate them stance. Them don't want to crash. Them a juggle. So when we and them play, juggle, you know. And I would have love if more sounds could be more professional. If a man book you for juggle, you go out there and juggle, you know. You don't just go out there, man, book you for juggle and you have some little hype selector, man, who come say, boy, oh, you kill Bass Odyssey, you know, go come there, you get a little money come juggle. And then you have to turn everything yourself, you know. Yeah. But I will tell all sound systems, once a man book Bass Odyssey to juggle, we're not going out there to clash. We're going out there to do what the promoter paid us to do, and that is juggle. When you see clashing, then we're going to clash. But if it's juggling, it's juggling. You know?
Yes. Is there right now? Do you have a variance of price for different? Because I know Damien's well requested, Worm is well requested, Dylan just making his way up there, Lexi's and them. Is there a different set of price because of different selectors? And did that start with if so, did that start with Squingy and Mock or anybody else?
Well, firstly, Damien and Dylan is the same person, you know. You said Damien a while ago and Dylan.
Yeah, my apologies.
All right. No problem. But it's Bass Odyssey. And we tell promoters that, you know, if we did not, when Squingy came on the sound, you know, people were demanding one, you know. We had to ask them, say, give a youth a chance, him good. Right? Because people wanted to one. And so it is the same thing when Skinny came, people didn't want Squingy, you know. And we had to say, give man a chance, man, you know, because it's young blood and you're going to have people come in. And I said to all of my selectors that you determine what happens with your own destiny. Because when you go there and play and bust the dance and people hear about you, promoters will request you. It is my duty to try and satisfy you know, a promoter at all times. So if a promoter is going to pay me and him say, boy, I want Squingy and him now get Squingy and put up the date, I don't have no choice, you know. I have to try my best to do what the promoter wants to do. One thing I will tell him though is that if we have another booking, then you can't get that man. And I'll be honest with him. You know, I don't believe in pulling up our general no promoters. So if it is that the promoter is requesting a particular selector, I will try to convince him that I have selectors who are just as good or who I think will do just as well. And, you know, because let's face it, if you're not at a certain standard, you can't play bass Odyssey. If every selector on bass Odyssey right now go through some drilling, most of them play on the truck, them learn to play from 5 o'clock evening time till 12 o'clock at night time when the other selectors come. Because in Jamaica, you know, we string up around 4 and the sound, the professional or the big selectors now start play till all 12, you know. So the young selectors have to play the whole way. So they learn. And they sometimes at the peak hours, them get a little bringing. And we're not going to put somebody out there who cannot do the job. That's why I tell you know, most of the promoters, Mark, you know, everybody is perfect and somebody will have a bad night. But we try best to make certain that whoever we send to represents the name properly. So we don't have a chance to be squingy different to skinny or whatever. It's just bass Odyssey. A book bass Odyssey is $10. Whether it's squingy coming or whether it's glamour G coming is $10. For right now, whether it's more or Damian is $10. You know, so we don't have a difference. It's just bass Odyssey.
Okay. Now, I always ask this question, always, to every dominant, you know, man in the industry or female in the industry that I talk to. Can you remember that? Oh, he froze. Oh, he froze. Okay, I'll put your comments on. He froze. Okay. You have to log on. All right. All right. Wow. I'm hoping he could log back in. The battery was dying still. So I took the comments out so that we could just reason. If you heard everything that the man said, here he is. Here he is.
Yeah, man, I call Kim in and cut you out. You know?
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Now,
I said, you know, I basically gave you the evening, you know. So
okay.
And you can ask any amount of question. You can ask what be sorry. I will respond accordingly. Go ahead.
Is there, from what you saw, standing on the outside, watching your sound play, watching the great bass Odyssey manifest, right? Is there 5 MCs that you think, or there's 4 that are in Squingy's league? Do you?
Whiz, man, come on, man. Squingy, God rest his soul. As I tell you, I regarded him as, I regard most of these youngsters as sons, you know, because we have that kind of relationship. Most of them call me Father Wally. And you must look into the history of bass Odyssey with. Of all the sound systems that, no matter what people want to say, that have been out there, bass Odyssey has retained nearly every selector from them time there now. And I can tell you nearly every selector has left. Squingy stayed with us when all the systems, some sound system are call him and a half time, some a half time this, some a half time that. And him will tell me and him sit down and we laugh over it. You have some sound system I call and say, why Squingy this and that, or they want what and what they will give, right? And you know, we sit down and juggle over it and laugh. Sometimes Squingy we in a position and then we call a man, because he was like that, and we call a man and say, boy, I can't want too tired. And he will tell a man, say, boy, well, you know, you pay me this week. But that is how selectors are. You know what I mean? From the man there. He will tell a man, say, boy, well, you know, you pay me this week, you know. I can't remember one of the wickedest thing when Squinch died, a man I go say, boy, them here say, me I kick Squinch out the room to put in Speng. Now, if I was like that, as I said, every selector, you name them, they have still been around. We have lost the least amount of, most of the sound systems out there, them change selector this week, next week, the other week, the other week. Damon has been on the sound for maybe over 20 years. Squinchy did pretty near to that. And the Glamour G and Skin Lenny incident, I told you what happened. Skinny was a similar scenario, whereas, I mean, you know, when I get too deep in it, me actually see Skinny taking a and going to America, go play a bass at so many know about the date. I'm still taking back. And to this day, me and Skinny are good friends. Skinny come at center and come check me. Tina one is there same way. So I will not go into saying that Squingy, I mean, to compare people with Squingy, Squingy was just Squingy. To me, he was a man with a God-given talent to play sound. Squingy's talent was also play sound system. And don't take nothing away from that. You know, as I say, he will have his little hiccups. Everybody have a hiccup. Everybody have a little flaw with a weak link somewhere. And he's have a little hiccup, whereas maybe reluctant to start the clash and reluctant for something. Once him get kick started in a that, you tell me, I tell you, so the man over the other side have a run when him done. You know, his talent was just to me unmatched, right?
Yeah.
And today, I think most of the selectors that has followed in his footsteps try to emulate him somewhat. And I'm going to tell you something, you know. Based on this, I play one event one night, you know. And yeah. And the event flop, you know. Right? Because like every sound system, we have flap events too. You know, we never we never we have flap events too, man. I mean, real.
Oh, okay. Good again.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, we one night, man. I know me I tell you say, they reach at the dance and the man in there make beer, yeah, nice like a vibe. That me a rush to go there, but me not see no car. Me I say, oh, this a dance, I look so. But to Squinty I go on the inside, you know. You believe the dance ramp. This is where we go at the doorway. A Squinty alone in there, you know. The man have get such a vibe in the place that you'd have believed some people in there with him, you know. But he was just that kind of a person who, to me, I would not compare anybody with him. I know I'm not saying that nobody was good as him, but from where I stand, he won a lot of clashes. I see him take clashes from nowhere. You know, he know to change a clash. The songs, he was a good selector. He was a good person. And that is one of the reasons why, to the day when he died, I did my best to make certain, say, he got a good funeral. And
yes.
But it's one disadvantage he had. If Squinchy make up a mind to say, watch out, this shoes is black, you know. As white as it is, you can't tell him, say, you can't tell him nothing else, you know. Once him say the shoes is black, and I tell him, say, no, man, white shoes that, man. Him say, nah, man. When Squinchy get the car first, him drive from here, go watch you go buy a pack of cigarette and come back. He's just that kind of a man, you know?
Yeah. Can you tell us the bounty killer story, the bounty base Odyssey story?
Yeah. Well, killers, you know, and in this instance now, we have to say by enough respect to him, of course. Buju Banton, the same thing. Beanie Man, all of them DJ in that era. I think we and them all came on the scene just about the same time, right?
Yeah.
Killer was always that man who everybody want him dub plates. It was just that killing kite, you know, and that was one killer, you know. But we have had different people cut bounty killer for us, you know. I can remember even Triton, he did some. Glamour G would have done some. I did a lot with him myself, and he's an artist that, like every artist, we respect every artist. No matter how small a man is, we respect every artist. But the truth is, the killing dub plates in that time, there was bounty killer. right? Buju Banton, I can't remember the first time Buju used to come by Aquarius with him partying on him head side as soul boy look, and Buju was just the man to as a youngster. There's just no
Yeah.
stopping him. So
Yeah.
too with big man. And the good thing about it is that these DJs, they all DJ'd on Bass Odyssey sound system when they were busting out of the pack, so to speak. You know, they came and they DJ'd live, so they know the system and we know them. And I think a mutual respect started. And we just did what we had to do, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah. So what was told was that there was, because of the two separate entities of Bass Odyssey, you're a Buju Banton fan.
Come on,
Is it you were a Buju? Huh?
I'm an artist fan. Buju Banton is my very good friend. Very, very good friend.
Yes.
And I would say
Yes.
this thing about Bounty Killer maybe to a lesser extent a little bit. But I think we all have a good relation. Anywhere we go and we see each other, there is
Yeah.
mutual respect and understanding. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of the Clash now compared